Greetings, fellow Whovians. Well, we finally have made it to a very crucial point. The penultimate story of the first Doctor's era. Now, yes, next week we are going to be looking at William Hartnell's final story as a Doctor, and then I'll be doing my top 10 favorite Hartnell stories, and then I'll get on to the Patrick Troughton era, and etc., etc. But let's think about this for a minute. We've come a really long way since I started this whole thing. And to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of sad that after next week I won't be looking at the Hartnell era anymore. I mean, yeah, sure, the first Doctor will show up again in some crossover stuff. Well, mainly the three Doctors, because unfortunately William Hartnell passed away sometime after that, which meant that he couldn't come back for the 20th anniversary special, The Five Doctors. But we'll get into that later, trust me. But still, the fact that after next week I'll be done reviewing the Hartnell era is just kind of sad. I mean, seriously, this is the era that introduced Doctor Who to the masses. I mean, seriously, without this, I mean, Doctor Who wouldn't be so popular even today. I mean, it's because this one actor, this one guy, who pretty much introduced the entire world to the Daleks, and as also next week, the Cybermen. But of course, we're gonna get into that Cybermen story next week, so let's just focus on the second to last story of the Hartnell era. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Smugglers. Here we go. The Doctor's new companions, Ben and Polly, arrive with him at the TARDIS on the coast of 17th century Cornwall. They meet a worried church warden named Joseph Longfoot, who lives in fear of Avery's voice and thanks for the Doctor's kindness in relocating a dislocated finger. What? Imparts a cryptic message he calls Dead Man's Secret Key, Smallbeer, Ringwood, Gurney. While the time travelers head off to settle at the local inn, Longfoot has another visitor. This one is Cherub, Longfoot's former shipmate under pirate Captain Avery on the Black Albatross. Cherub and his master, Samuel Pike. I guess we know Samuel Pike. Maybe a long-lost descendant of Captain Christopher Pike from Star Trek, maybe? Oh, Captain's the Albatross since Avery died. Wants to recover Avery's accursed gold. What? Avery died? Oh man, I was so hoping we would actually get to see Captain Avery in this story. I mean, seriously, the only time he ever actually shows up in Doctor Who is in the series 6 episode Curse of the Black Spot. Ugh. Anyway, Pike is convinced that Longfoot has the treasure and knows where it is hidden. When the church warden does not cooperate, Cherub kills him, but not before revealing he saw the three travelers who visited Longfoot earlier. Hours later, the scurry church warden's body leads locals to suspect the three strangers at the inn. The local squire is called to intervene and adjudicate, and ends up charging Ben and Polly with the murder. Employing Tricky to obtain their freedom, they split up. Ben hides at the church until Josiah Blake, a revenue man tracking the local smugglers, disturbs him. In the meantime, Cherub and some pirates have kidnapped the Doctor and take him to the Albatross. The Doctor attempts to bargain with Pike and finds himself kept aboard ship while the captain goes ashore. I think you mean kept aboard the ship. You know, I didn't want to have to reference this in this episode or in any other future episodes, but I'm going to do it now. Because poor literacy is cool. Yes, I did an atop the fourth wall reference. Happy? The greedy squire is the organizer of the local smuggling ring and offers to cut Pike and his pirates in. They are interrupted by Polly, who has come to implore the squire to help her find the Doctor and is shocked to see him in the company of the kidnapping pirate Cherub. Pike, Cherub, and the squire bind and gag Polly and take her to the church, meeting and capturing Ben on the way. They attempt to convince Blake that Ben and Polly are the true smugglers. Knowing the truth but lacking the manpower to arrest the pirates, Blake pretends to arrest Ben and Polly. The Doctor has meanwhile escaped from the ship and meets up with his friends in the churchyard. Blake works out a smuggling job is due soon and heads off for more revenue men to break the smuggling ring. The smuggling alliance has by now fallen apart. The squire has realized he is dealing with a ruthless pirate who will not honor any bargains with him, while Cherub has decided to locate Avery's gold for himself. The squire too sets off to find the gold, as do the time travelers, since the Doctor is convinced the rhyme of the church warden is the key. Wait, what rhyme? I don't remember any rhyme. Maybe it was early in the episode, but still, I don't remember any rhyme. He works out the name Ringwood, Smallbear, and Gurney pertain to graves in the crypt before he could find the treasure the other seekers arrive. Okay, I'm pretty sure that doesn't really rhyme at all. Ringwood, Smallbear, and Gurney. I highly doubt, I'm pretty sure those three names do not rhyme. Sheriff wounds the squire and then forces the doctor to confess the rhyme. Sheriff concludes that dead man too is the name of Avery's former pirates, but is slain by a vengeful pike, and all threatens to pillage the entire village in search for Avery's treasure. At least pillage and village rhyme, that's something. The doctor bargains with Pike for the lives of the villagers if he shows them the treasure, and, with this agreed, they find the gold at the intersection of the four graves. No sooner does Pike have the treasure that Blake and Narn patrol of revenue men arrive. Aided by the injured squire, who repents of his sins, Blake kills Pike, and the pirate force is routed. As the battle dies down, the doctor's companions slip away to the TARDIS, and the doctor says superstition is a strange thing, but it sometimes tells the truth. So yeah, this story was kind of weird, off-putting, and lots of things that don't make sense. But hey, that's pretty much Doctor Who in a nutshell. Anyway, let's look at the production elements of the story, shall we? The Doctor subsequently meets Captain Avery in the Series 6 episode, The Curse of the Black Spot. The presence of Avery in that episode was a coincidence, as writer Steve Thompson was unaware of Avery being referenced in The Smugglers, and was simply researching pirates for that story, choosing Avery because of his mysterious disappearance. Really? You could have taken a much more famous pirate like, oh, I don't know, Blackbeard? Ugh. All 4 episodes of the serial are considered missing. The soundtrack and telesnap survive, along with bits of Australian censor footage. This was the last story filmed in the 3rd season's production block, although it was held over until the beginning of the 4th season. During filming, the production team realized that William Hartnell's health had deteriorated beyond the point where he could continue to work. Many months' discussion about replacing Hartnell finally came to a head, and Innes Lloyd decided not to renew Hartnell's contract. It is unclear if Hartnell was contractually obligated to appear in the 10th Planet, or if he agreed to do so after being informed of Lloyd's decision. This was the first story to feature major location shooting. All previous location shots had been conducted at locations around London, but substantial portions of the story were filmed in Cornwall. Awesome! On initial airing, this story posted the lowest audience figures at an average of 4.48 million viewers per episode since the show began. It remained the least watched story in Doctor history for 20 years until The Trial of a Time Lord, The Mysterious Planet, aired in 1986 and posted an average of 4.35 million viewers per episode. Interesting, isn't it? Well, a story that features a pirate who doesn't actually appear, searching for treasure, and lots of other things that are just kind of weird and don't make sense. But, again, like I said, that's Doctor Who in a nutshell. So, I give Doctor Who, The Smugglers, 1 sonic screwdriver out of 5. Well, join me next time as we see the first Doctor's final episode, and of course, the very first appearance of the Cybermen in the 10th Planet. So, until then, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, oh my giddy aunt, when I say run, run, I reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic. Allons-y, Geronimo! Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.